Welcome, guys, to day 3 or episode 3 of Learning Chess Classics. In today's video, we will look at this game played in the year 1858 by the legendary Paul Morphy. This game is also known as one of his immortal games, and Paul Morphy needs no introduction. He is often regarded as the unofficial world champion because during those times there was no concept of world champions. So, let us deep dive into this game and let us see how Paul Morphy completely demolished his opponent. It's a short game, but we will see how Paul Morphy punishes his opponent for an opening mistake over here. In this game, the Fridor defense was played and Morphy played the move d4. Now here, his opponent played the move bishop to g4. Now guys, this is already a mistake in the opening. Bishop g4 is not advised and it is not played these days. The main line goes as follows: knight f6, d into e5, followed by knight e4, and the game goes on. But in this game, bishop to g4 was played. And now we will see how Paul Morphy will punish this opening. Over here, he plays the move d takes e5. Now, you cannot take the pawn directly because queen after the queen trades, white wins the pawn on e5 and he is very comfortable. So the only way to not lose the pawn here is to play bishop takes f3 first, queen f3, and now his opponent took the pawn. Now over here, white played the move bishop to c4. He's attacking the pawn on f7. He's threatening a mate in one. And so black replied with the move knight to f6. Now over here, white has many options. He can go short castle, knight c3, bishop g5, and there are multiple possibilities. But what Morphy played here, without wasting any time, he played the move queen to b3. And why this move is very good? Because you are attacking not only the b7 square, but also the f7 square. And guys, it is important to note here that white is already winning because firstly, black has blundered by moving his bishop two times in the opening, losing tempo, and white already has the bishop pair over here. So over here, black played the move queen to e7, defending the f7 pawn. Now over here, what Morphy did not play here was one option here is to play queen b7, but Morphy did not go for this because there was this queen b4 check, queen b4, bishop b4, c3, and after white plays knight d2, white is still winning. White is a complete pawn up. He has the double bishops, and he is going to have a very comfortable game. But over here, Paul Morphy played the very silent and the calm move knight to c3. So now his plan is to take the b7 pawn because queen b4 does not come with a check. And you cannot go queen b4 immediately because you simply lose the f7 pawn over here. So over here, black played the move c6, trying to defend the pawn on b7. Now here, white again played a very normal developing move, bishop to g5, pinning this knight. And also, he has opened his king to allowing it to castle on either sides, the short castle or the long castle. Now, over here, black played the move b5. Now, he wants to hit this bishop, but this is a terrible move because if you look at the black's position over here, the black knight on f6 is pinned, the bishop over here is not developed, the knight is still on b8 in its very initial square, and black is not ready to launch any kind of attack. And over here, Paul Morphy, again, the legend that he is, he did not waste his time by playing the bishop by playing a backward move. Instead, what he played was he sacrificed his knight. Knight takes b5, cb5, and bishop b5 came with a check. Now, over here, knight bd7 was played, trying to block the check. Over here, Morphy played the move long castle, putting more pressure on the d7 square. Now, white is directly threatening to take on d7. So, black played the move rook to d8, trying to protect the d7 square. Now, it is important to note here that any move is winning for white. One of the moves over here is to simply go rook d3, double the rooks over here on the d5, and launch a crazy attack on this d7 square. But Paul Morphy, without wasting any time, he went for direct action, and over here he played the move rook takes d7. Now, you cannot take it with the queen because your queen simply hangs. The knight is pinned over here, so you cannot take it with the knight because again you hang the queen. So there's only one move over here, and rook to d7 was played. Now Morphy again played the move rook d1. He's again putting pressure on this d file, and this d7 square is again, it's under some threat. Now what black played over here is the move queen e6. Now this move is good because it allows the black bishop to develop. The knight is unpinned, but guys, this move it is a bit too late over here because it was in this position that Morphy found a beautiful combination and he won the game immediately. So do pause the video and try to find out the move that Paul Morphy played in this position. Over here, he played the move bishop into d7 check. Now, of course, you wouldn't want to take it with the queen because you just lose the queen here. So black played the obvious move, knight into d7. And it was over here that Paul Morphy sacrificed his queen. He played the move queen to b8 check, and after knight b8, rook d8 came with a beautiful checkmate. And with this move, Paul Morphy won this game. This is also known as one of his immortal games. And what is important to learn in this game is that how Paul Morphy, without wasting any move right from the opening, he capitalized on this mistake, this bishop g4, this one opening mistake, and Paul Morphy was quick to capitalize on this. He first took the pawn. Now bishop c4, putting threatening a mate on f7. After knight f6, he did not play a move like bishop to g5, castle, or knight c3. Instead, he played the move queen b3. He's hitting the b7 square. He's hitting the f7 square. Over here after queen e7, again a calm move over here, knight to c3, stopping any queen b4 ideas, and he is ready to launch his attack now. Now after c6 was played, bishop g5, opening his king to castle both sides, spinning the knight, and white is completely winning over here. And over here, again after b5, a premature attack by black. Paul Morphy was quick to capture the pawn with the knight, not to retreat the bishop, but to attack it, but to go for the all-out attack. And over here, this position is completely lost for black, and the finish over here is so beautiful. And this is why this is considered as one of the immortal games of chess. So, with this, we come to the end of game 3 of Learning Your Classics. I hope you enjoyed the game as much as I did. And if you did like this game and the video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much. See you soon in the next game.